everyone, my name is Franbel Omilari. Welcome to our channel, OCHAREO. Today we have the pleasure to interview Tracy Agayu Ogba Tola, that she had a great experience about the spirits and also in OCHA. So she wants to share with us part of that in this interview. So I would like that all of you listen to her and learn something from her. Welcome, Tracy. Thank you to be here.
Okay.
The OCHAREO channel. And I would like to know, how do you start in this religion? OCHAREO, Adache, Chenife Chokun, Chenife Maru, Chenife La Ocha.
Oh, I started in the religion is very interesting, and thank you very much for having me. I'm honored. I began a lot of years ago. I was maybe about 22 or 23. My girlfriends said, "Oh, we're gonna go and have a reading." I'm like, "What's that?" "Oh, let's go." So we would go, and it was Santero. His name was Papo. He was on 158th Street in Broadway, and so we would go, and he would go for readings. And he said, "You know what?" One day he gave me a reading, and he said, "You're gonna stop playing. You need to be crowned." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" And he said, "Wow, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna shave your head." And I said, "What?" I said, "Okay, thank you very much. No problem." And I ran out of his house because I was like, I was scared. I didn't know what that was about. But what I now know today was that the Orisha were calling, because I was having certain dreams and certain things were happening. And it was just kind of like I felt called, but I didn't know what I was being called to. And because the man scared me half to death, I said, "It's okay." I ran out of his house. And my life spiraled downward really bad, really fast. Alcohol, the drugs, the this, the that. And I was like, "Okay, you know what? This isn't working. I need something that's gonna, I want to live to be 100 years old, and I need to find a way of doing that." And so I said, "Well, this guy did have some real keen insight, even though he scared me." So I got my courage up to go back, and he had passed away 6 months previous to my getting back there. And the person who took over his house could not read me. And that began a 18-year odyssey into who's going to teach me, who's going to guide me, who's going to get me to where I am right now, that I understand what this thing called Ache is. And I begin to understand where my abilities lie, how I'm able to look at a person and can tell if they don't go to a doctor within the next 6 months, they're gonna die. How when I'm around a person, I can feel their aura, and I can see all around them what colors are pervading, that the doom and gloom. I can see all of that, the aura. Take my glasses off, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went to a number of different people. A number of them couldn't read me, and they were honest enough to say, "No, you need to kind of go somewhere else." And I came in touch with a friend of mine through another fellowship, and I was telling him, "No, this is what I really want to do. I think that this is the way to go." And he took me to my godfather. My current godfather is Baba Yomi Ile, from Ile Omijola. He just celebrated 50 years. Because this man is the coolest godfather on the planet. And if you don't love your godparent, I don't know what to tell you. Fix your relationship. Fix it, fix it, fix it. This man taught me patience, which I still not my strong suit, but he taught me patience. He taught me to just, I'll learn, I will understand, and I can take my time with this because I don't have to rush. And, I have a beautiful Elay and everything else. And from the time that he put the Eleques on, took another 10 years. And it wasn't about money. It's never ever about money with me because, Shango loves me and he's like, whatever you need is whatever I get. And what happened was I got crowned to Agayu, which was a shocker for me because we always thought it was Shango. Because every reading, everything, you want something, baby? Got you. Shango is like my protector, my hero, my daddy, my this. And come to find out what Shango really is my big brother who watches out for me. They marked my head Agayu, and I had to learn who Agayu was and what Agayu is all about. And today I'm in the religion a lot of years, but I'm crowned Agayu for 10 years. I just made double digits and I'm like, hey, I'm excited. And, Agayu is that fire that's within me that doesn't consume me, but that keeps me going. It's the spirit that allows me to commune with everything that I need to commune with and to do those things that are in front of me to do and not concern myself with what other people are thinking, what other people are doing, how other people are behaving. None of that's none of my business. Matter of fact, I'm sure it's a few people that have a few things that they would like to say about me or that say about me. And, I'm like, okay, that's deep. It's good. Thank you. They talk about Jesus Christ too. And I'm sure he's happy that people are still, have nothing better to do but converse about a particular person. What I know is that I'm never alone. I have my Egon, I have my spirit guides, I have my Orisha, I have Olofi, and they roll with me every single day. I left New York. I now live down here in Virginia Beach. And,
Nice, guys.
if you really ask me, I'm down here unsupervised. That's what I tell people. I'm unsupervised. I don't have anybody saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. So I made up my mind that, well, I'm here. Let me read a book. Let me take a class. Let me, meet people and let me practice what I've been taught all these years. And the more I've gotten into the prayer, the meditation, the understanding of who I am and where I'm at, I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm comfortable. I've taken classes with, some of the, wonderful, I've taken classes with Willie Ramos. I've taken classes with Yana Van Zan. I've taken classes with Falcon Fatumbi. I've taken classes with Yeye Louisa Tish. I've also taken classes with the late Ochani Lele Ibaye. And those classes were just like, okay, this is real cool. I like this because I'm learning. This tradition that we've started, you can have 5 minutes, or you can have 5 years, or you can have 50 years, and there's still something else to learn. There's still something else to grow. We evolve. So that's where I'm at, and my Ita states that working with Egon will be my salvation. It states that I need to be developed spiritually. And I always kind of took that to mean, like when you read your Ita, you're reading like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I kind of took that to mean that I would be guided by a mentor, my godfather or my Ajibona, or, one of the elders that they directed me to. And that really wasn't how that happened, and it was more a matter of learning how to sit quietly and enter into the silence. And the silence, this is a new thing I'm learning about, is not just being quiet, but being still and stilling my thoughts so that I can connect with divine mind. Now, all of us are connected. You and I, Baba Frank, are connected. We are. And the people who are listening, we're all connected because Allah, we are one. We are all connected to the great source, but
Yes.
we are the individual personification of that source. So each person has their own personality and their own, piece of the puzzle or piece of the chapter, but we all come in and we tie together to that one source. Going in, learning how to develop, and there's a small, quiet, soft voice. And I'm speaking low because the voice speaks low. But the reality is that there's a voice that will tell you, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. Hey, Trace, that's not what you want to do. We want to do this. Let's go here. Let's try this. Just say no. Tracy, just be quiet. There's a voice in here, and I'm not a crazy lady voice, but it's a voice that I've learned how to listen to because it's the voice of my ancestors and my spirit guides letting me know that, listen, you want to live to 100? We want you to live to 100 because there's stuff that we want to do through you. And in order to make sure you live to 100, you're going to have to slow down and pay attention to some directions. So I sit in front of the Boveda every now and then. I light the candles. I sit there and I stare at the fire, and I fire gaze, or sometimes I water gaze, and sometimes I gaze at the moon or I gaze at the stars. You can actually see them down here in Virginia Beach. You can't see them in New York. But the thing is that getting still has opened up and breathing. It's opened up a source. It's opened up and activated my God source so that, the answers come. Now, do I go into trance possession and stuff like that? I'm not 100% sure that I know that's what I do. If that, I don't even know if that makes a whole lot of sense. What I know is that I'll start to breathe. I always start what I'm doing and, let me breathe in joy and exhale sadness. That's me stepping down from my ego. That's me stepping into what my God wants for me. My God wants me to be happy, healthy. He wants me to have anything that my heart desires. And so because they want me to be happy, healthy, and just in love with life, as long as I push out that negativity and I open myself up, they're like, okay, good, we got you. You want to breathe? You want to wake us up? Okay, we're awake. I have a spirit guide. His name is Tonine. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Beautiful. I love him. He's funny. He got jokes. And he'll show up and he's like, okay, Tracy, where are we going today? What we doing today? And he's the one. And he's like, okay, well, and they're not restrictive at all. They're like, okay, this is what you want to do. And I never say, can we go on this trip? I usually say, would you like to come with me? And what can I do to make sure that I'm safe? And they tell me, oh, take this bath, wear all whites, cover your head, put a little coconut somewhere and, plug yourself up. They'll tell me what to do and I do it. And I find that my ocha becomes, and I feel lifted, and I feel like, okay, this is good. Because there's times when I'm like real quiet, I don't be bothered with anybody, and the next thing you know, I walk into a room full of 100 people, and I don't even know who they are, and it's like, hey, Trace is in the place, let's go. And I'm like, how come I can't sit somewhere, be real quiet, sit back and observe? No, I don't. My guides are the ones doing all the observing. I think it's about trust. You know, a lot of times, you know, and we're living in times right now, the political times that we're in, people don't trust one another. They don't even trust themselves. And so I trust that my guides have everything good for me. I trust that when I go, anywhere I go, that I'm going to be welcomed. And that's a crazy thing to do, you know, to walk in and say, okay, you know, people are going to treat me well. I'm going to be loved. I am loved. And it's like, it's kind of, you know, hard to do that, but to tell people, walk in love. Know that you are loved. Love is the most important and powerful emotion that there is. You want to kick fear in the ass? Love on it. That thing that frightens you the most, if you can summon up the courage to love on the thing that you fear the most, you will find that you conquer it. You will find that you walk in a way that allows you to do that what you wanted to do. You know, some
Yeah.
people, you know, want to ask the boss for a promotion, but they're so scared. Oh my God, who am I? And I don't deserve this. Yeah, you do. If you woke up this morning, you deserve the very, very best that the universe has to offer. You know why? Because you're God's greatest miracle. And you know why you're God's greatest miracle? You woke up this morning. You woke up. Do you know how many people didn't wake up this morning? Do you know how many
Yeah.
people woke up this morning but required assistance going to the bathroom? Do you know how many people had to lay in their filth and wait until someone came along to clean them up? So that gratitude that you put in your heart, that has to give you the strength and the ability to share love, to be love, walk in love. When you do those things, you know, there's nothing that can't defeat you. And trust and believe. I have a mirror in my house. I know what I look like. I know how I sound. I'm very aware that sometimes my tongue is a little salty and I use a lot of profanity. I'm doing really well on this podcast because I think this is a family thing. So I'm not going to use some nasty language. But what I'm saying is that we present ourselves, and I know how I present. But you can look and you can say, okay, well, she has, you know, her teeth are crooked, she's loud, she's boisterous, her hair is looking crazy. You know, you can say a whole bunch of stuff, but what I see, and what I know is that I am a divine and magnificent creation of a loving and caring God. I am a human, I'm a spiritual being sent here in human form to have a godlike experience. Now, what is that godlike experience? I gave birth. Because God created the world, I created my son. I gave birth to him. That's a godlike experience. And once I've had that experience, there's that 30-second moment in time where the only thing that matters is the baby breathing. Does he have all the fingers and the toes? Is his eyes opening? Is he gonna smile? You know, so certain things, when we start focusing in on what really matters, I'm not worried about it. You trying to sleep with my husband, or is my husband running around with this one? Is this one trying to steal money out my bank account? Is that one, doing this? Did the contractors, are they trying to, mess up my bathroom? I can't worry about that stuff, because what matters is I'm breathing. What matters is I'm here. I'm present in the right now, this moment in time, because at the end of the day, that's really the only thing that matters.
Ogba Tola, who is your mother in Ocha?
My mother in Ocha is, you ready? Ochun Ibuanya.
Do you have any experience that you can share with us about at the Moses for Agayu?
Agayu he's really that guy as far as I'm concerned, because he's like, well, Tracy, whatever you want to give me is fine with me. Some days it's a pumpkin, most days it's, amala, but I put a little extra hot sauce in there because he like his stuff spicy. Whatever I give to Shango, I also can give to Agayu. He likes his plantains. He likes, matter of fact, he likes pineapple every now and then. Agayu is not just the volcano. Agayu is also the ferryman. And what he does is he helps you to navigate between this realm, the physical realm, and the spiritual realm. So when you are dealing with Agayu, you also are dealing with going deep into the core of things. So, he's the owner of the cave. Inside the cave are all the minerals. So anything that's a root, or a vegetable that is a rooted fruit coming from the earth, that's something that Agayu would like as well. So it's your intention. It's honestly, it's all about your intention. A lot of times people want to do, these elaborate spreads, which is nice. Please don't get that twisted. I think that's wonderful, but an elaborate spread is nice, but what was your intention? What are you hoping to accomplish? What is your goal? If you stand before him, and Agayu is big ticket item. So don't just go run in front of Agayu and like, okay, Agayu, here's a plantain, I want this. No. What steps have you already accomplished? Because Agayu, like if you even think about the dance, it's a leap forward, right? We start from zero, we leap forward. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna break stuff in my house. We leap forward, and then you do that leap forward, and then you have to step back. So you think about the dance, you leap forward, you take a step back and go, oh, well, what happened over here? Did I do that right? Let me check that from the other side. So, and then let me take a step back to really get a picture of this big picture, and then I'm gonna leap forward again. And a lot of times when we're leaping forward, we're stepping over the obstacles. We're not going through it, we're going over it. And so you have to, what's in your heart to give Agayu, and he's kind of a man's man. So you want to make sure that what you give him is something strong. He takes white wines, kind of dry, not the sweet stuff. And whatever is working for you. There are a number of Agayu people that are out there that probably have a stronger sense of what they would do for their Agayu. That's how I treat mine, and I also, whenever I travel somewhere, I bring back a little, not a lot, just a little bit of dirt from the land. So, just kind of like have it close by so he can be happy.
The relationship between you and Yemaya.
Okay, so let me tell you, I was born from 2 Yemoyas. How about that? My Auntie Bona is Yemoya, Baba Yomi is Yemoya, and I am a water baby. When I say water, I am in the ocean every day. In the summertime, every 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, sunrise, I'm in the ocean. Thank you, Demoya. And then now that I live in Virginia Beach, I go to the beach on a regular basis. And I am grateful that the water is here and that the water is next to me. I am also a water aerobics instructor. So I get in the water every other day with the senior citizens, and we do exercises, and we do breathing exercises, and we do a little bit Tai Chi, little aqua yoga, a little bit of, aerobics. And, that's what it is. The water is what keeps you alive. We're 90% water.
Yes,
So
we
I
are.
am very grateful to Yemoya, Maferifun Yemoya, because what I do for Ochun, I'm doing for Yemoya. And what I do for Yemoya, I do for Ochun.
Any advice for the youngers in the religion?
Yes. Stop rushing. Take your time. You will receive everything that you're supposed to receive in the time that is supposed to come. If I give everything to you right now, this moment, not only will your head explode, but you will not give yourself the opportunity to love and grow and develop, because you think you'll have everything. Initiation is the beginning. If you look it up in the dictionary, to initiate into something means to start. This is where I begin. And please understand, you could have been around for 29 years. Well, once you make OCHA, you will find out that you didn't know anything at all. You're just merely scratching the surface. The other thing that I would tell you is that you are blessed and you are definitely highly favored. Don't rush. Take your time, and you'll realize that when you take your time and do what's in front of you to do, not only does the task get done correctly, but we won't have to spend a whole lot of years undoing the damage.
You have any prayer that comes to your mind now that you can do?
Okay. Let us take a moment to just get centered, focused, and breathe. So we're going to breathe in joy. Take a deep breath and exhale sadness, and breathe in courage and exhale fear. Breathe in faith. Exhale doubt and breathe in love. Hold it. We need all the love we can get. Dear Lofi, Mafere Fun, Bobo Risha, dear God, dear Allah, dear Buddha, by all the names that you are called, I am here. We are here. Me and Baba Frank having this conversation right now. I am asking and invoking and bringing up the joy. Let him know joy. Let him know happiness. Let him know that he is a valuable member of this community. Let him know his worth, so that he doesn't have to seek anywhere outside of himself, because inside, in his soul, where he's connected to you, where his mind and his heart and his soul are all one, they're all together. May we know that we are loved. May we know that the courage to do what's right, to be what's right, to walk in peace, to know that my enemy is just a friend of mine who is afraid of me. Let me know that I am okay, that we will be all right, and all the wealth and all the well wishes and all the good things that we want for ourselves is available for everyone. Dear God, know that our children are protected, that our children are loved, that we are loved, that when we go forth and do your will, it happens. The miracles happen. The joy happens. The juju happens. The ocha happens. And when we go forth and do those things that you would ask us to do, know that we are healing ourselves. We are healing this world. We're healing our community. And our community is going to grow stronger and wiser because you are with us. Continue to walk with us and allow us to be in the sunlight of your spirit. Amen and ashe.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I am Ogba Tola. I love you.
Thank you.
Ogba Tola. Thank you.
Now, I expect that all of you enjoy this interview with Tracy Ogba Tola, Agayu Ochun. She is in the circle Adura every single Sunday from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock with Ernestine. Onille Mayada, she conduct that program. It's a great program that they have on Sunday. It's like online church. I have the honor to be in this program invited by Ernestine and all of them, and I really, really enjoyed the program. So anyone that see this video in our channel, the family and I call, because like she said, we are linked, all of us, in one way or another. We have the family of OCHA. No matter the race, no matter the sexual orientation, or the age that you have in OCHA, we are the family, like the Orishas are. Ochun, Agayu, Elegua, all of them are the family that help all of us in our journey every single day. So leave your comment below. You have any comment, give a like if you really like this interview. Health, faith, and prosperity. That is all. Oh, Charlie.
OCHAREO.